Prisons, large and small, at the state and federal level, they are seeing correctional officers leave en masse. As Kelsey Kernstein reports, it's leading to some serious responses at the state level. Kelsey?
Yeah, Adrian, this is a big problem. Prison workforce across the nation is down nearly 20%. These employees gone, they're just gone in the last 2 years. The staffing shortage threatens officers, inmates, and the public safety. In fact, it has gotten so bad, a union that represents a federal prison in upstate New York is now notifying the community with a posted highway sign. Take a look here. The sign reading, "The prison is dangerously understaffed," and then asking the community if it feels safe. Union leaders say they don't want to scare the public, but just draw attention to their lack of staffing. And in Florida, Governor Ron DeSantis has now ordered the state's National Guard to address the staffing crisis in that state and to assist and train Florida's correctional officers. This comes after DeSantis even increased jail workers' pay by 16% starting back in January. And although a jail volunteer tells me that the morale is actually up because of those higher wages, they are still not making enough money. So how much do correctional officers make? I dug into this, as low pay is a common reason behind the staffing shortage. Now, the average pay in Florida is $38,000 after DeSantis increased pay. But across the nation, the median average salary of a jail worker is just more than $48,000, ranging between $38,000 and $58,000. A correctional officer in the Los Angeles area makes just more than $54,000. And right here in Chicago, the median average is just more than $51,000. Now, the argument stands that someone can make just as much money working at, say, Target or Starbucks, making the average of $50,000. So why would anybody want to work in this type of climate of working in a jail?
Well, or a prison where you might be dealing with very violent offenders and just the working conditions themselves being horrific.
Adrian, I worked that Alabama inmate escapee story. I walked through that prison. I could hear the screams, the cracks on the wall. They're complaining of getting spit at. It is a scary job. And to be not paid that much money,
that's the point.
Why would anybody want to do it?
Yeah, it's an important story.
Rather go work at Target.
Yeah, exactly. And you might be dealing with disgruntled customers, but nothing like what you see in a prison. Thank you, Kelsey. Yeah. So many good points here. We want to talk a little bit more about this with Shane Fozzie, president of the National Council of Prisons. Thank you for joining us. I know you lead the union representing thousands of bargaining unit employees at more than 100 prisons in 36 states. And also congratulations for being Correctional Officer of the Year back in 2000. But this is so, it doesn't make any sense. The Bureau of Prisons, they've seen 3,000 officers leave in 2021. Another 3,000 are set to quit or resign this year. So when you think about what's happening day to day in prisons, how much is that impacting the climate?
So the morale in general of the staff across the Bureau of Prisons has declined substantially, especially when you come from a 2-year pandemic where at one point we were first responder heroes, and now it's like we're the forgotten profession of law enforcement. With the overtime has skyrocketed, mandatory overtime is out of control at most of our high security institutions and across the country. You're just seeing this decline in morale. General environmental conditions are declining to the point, as you pointed out, we lost 10% of our workforce last year. We're on course to lose another 10% this year, mostly to retirements. But our staff are just exhausted.
And exhausted, fatigued, working overtime. In terms of how many officers are there and just kind of going through the motions, I would think that that's going to make people less vigilant, less attentive to the criminals who they're watching.
That's absolutely correct. It's human behavior. When you're tired, you're fatigued. You know, we're studying really the long-term health effects of these horrific working conditions that our officers and employees are subjected to. But more importantly is you're just not on edge. And when you're not paying attention in a federal prison or supervising correctly, bad things happen. And as the staffing numbers have declined over the last decade, we've seen an exponential increase in contraband, prison violence, both offender on offender and offenders towards staff. It's just a really bad recipe.
How many correctional officers does CPL currently represent, and how many would you say are needed to adequately staff the average-sized prison?
So our bargaining unit is approximately 30,000 employees across the Federal Bureau of Prisons. Currently, the Bureau has about 35,000 employees on board. But if you look at the numbers prior to the draconian staffing cuts of 2016, 2017, we should be sitting right around 47, 48,000 employees. So you can see it's 8,000 positions, and the conditions are deteriorating to the point of where we need immediate intervention.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has actually deployed the National Guard to offset the shortage in his state. Do you think more states should do that?
I don't know if that's a pretty extreme measure. I think it was appropriate in the state of Florida, and I commend the governor for making such a hard decision. But I think if we plan ahead and we pay our correctional officers what they're worth, they're endangering their lives every day they go to work. And if you pay them correctly, people want a secure long-term career. That's what they're striving for. It's, this has been a great profession. I've been here for 30 years. I love what I do. And I think, the dedicated, loyal, hardworking law enforcement officers we have in the Bureau, they want to do a good job. But if you're paying $5, $10 an hour to work at a pretty basically safe profession, even at a grocery store, I think that's just economics that you can't deny your family.
You know what, Shane, thank you for making all these really great points. I know we have some stats on the screen, but $19 an hour for the average correctional officer is not enough. Thank you again for all the work that you're doing and bringing the story to light.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.